Hi guys, just thought I'd show you the process of changing a few bits under the inlet manifold. I mean, as you can see, this one's had a horrific leak. So you'll have to excuse my voice, I've been really ill over the last little week. This one's had a really bad leak. So what I did at first was, while the inlet manifold was still on, I aggravated all the dirt that was down here, and I mean, it was very similar to what's down there. Okay, so I aggravated all of that with a screwdriver and my finger and things like that, sprayed it down with brake cleaner, and then blasted it off with the airline to get rid of the majority of it. And then, as you can see, I'm just starting to scrape all the last little bits out here. I filled the holes with tissues so that any stray bits are not going to fall into the engine there itself. You see the difference here between the lines that I've started to clean and the ones that were horrific. The reason I'm cleaning them at the minute is because I'm going to be replacing all of these, but it just makes it easier when I start to remove it all from the car and then piece it against the new silicone kit that I've got. It just makes it easier if it's not completely filthy. But cleaning it down has enabled us to see these hairline cracks, which are all too common on this part of the system. You can just see them there, and there's some just there as well. So it looks like at the minute that this is the only offender, but common places for this to happen are both sides of this valve here, up here on this sweated connection as well. Now this is all part of the vacuum feed for the brake servo, so it is very important. It's easy to see on this one where the major leak has been coming from. This pipe here is absolutely ruined. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see, but the bottom of it I can stick my finger inside like that. So that's yeah, that's where the main leak has been coming from. So we're going to be ripping all of this out to replace it. Customer's already got the uprated silicone from here, so we're just going to be replacing from here downwards. But again, this whole area, I'm going to clean this all before I start to remove it, because when we take this off, I'm going to be taking the sump off anyway after all the work as the final thing, because we're doing some stuff up in the rocker as well. So anything that gets agitated is going to fall to the bottom of the engine, and then I'll be removing the sump. But as good practice, if you're not going to be doing that, just clean everything before you start removing it, because that way you're going to prevent bits falling down into the sump. Common thing to break on these is the dipstick guide funnel. It usually snaps sort of this part here, and then removing it, if you're not careful, drops bits into the sump as well. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a little insight into sort of the mess that's going on. Take your time when doing stuff like this. Just, you know, if you clean it all now, then any future leaks you'll be able to find. So now I'm going to be changing the rocker gasket as well. So then that's why I've concentrated on making sure this area is nice and clean before I open it all up, to stop dirt going inside the header as well. Cleaned around the injectors, so I covered the top, and then just cleaned around the edges again to try and stop bits going into these very fine holes at the end of the injectors. And these are aftermarket. I think these are 550s, I could be wrong. So yours will look slightly different to this. Excuse me. And then yeah, once that's all done, I'll be able to clean sort of all the area where the brake cleaner has gone astray. But yeah, especially while this inlet manifold's off, you really need to be cleaning. I mean, the tissues in here from when I took the injectors out, so midway through the process. But yeah, you need to be cleaning all around these cups on the side here. Make sure that you get all the dirt away from it now, because then on reassembly, if you've ever got any further issues, you'll be able to identify them a lot easier. The only reason I've had to leave this connected is because this clip is currently broken, so I've just got to find a creative way of getting that off without damaging the hose. But the hose does actually look like there is a mark on it already, so actually I might be ripping this off to replace it anyway. But yeah, hopefully that's just giving you an insight to what's going on under your inlet manifold. It hides a lot of sins, it really does. Often it can just look a bit dirty and you don't think much of it, but there can be a lot going on under there that's not good. But yeah, I look forward to when this one is finished, because it's going to be with me for a few days. This is just a small part of what we're doing. And so there's going to be a massive transformation on this car. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm hoping the customer is as well. But yeah, cheers guys, I'll see you next time.